How you doing?
Good, 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 good. How about yourself?
I'm reeling from talking to Joey Chicago, dude,
Yeah,
from
man, that was
Pop
great.
Evil. Cool dude, huh?
I'm still coming down from that emotional high, and I'm
Yeah.
ready to ramp back up for this one here. I'm
Well,
ready.
don't settle down yet, man. There's some more positive emotion coming. So first
Yeah,
and foremost,
definitely.
with this one, I've got to give you some facts. Saying, I like to
All
give
right.
you useful facts, as I like to say, and you like to tell me whether they're useful or not. You can decide, Dane. So I've
All right.
got some
Let's
facts
have.
on the name with the namesake of our guest tonight. There's some famous Paytons out there that you
Hmm,
may not know of.
all
Let's see
right.
if you knew these people. Okay, so I got five famous Paytons. Tell me if you knew these.
Okay.
Obviously, our guest tonight, which we'll get to in a second. You know Peyton Manning. That's an easy one. We'll know
Yeah.
that. So, are you familiar with Peyton List? Do you know that name?
No, I'm not. Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
What's that one?
Pey-
All right.
I don't. I'm asking you. So, do you know Peyton Smith?
I don't. Well, I might have
Peyton.
from an old friend or something, but
Okay,
not that I can
got you.
think of. No, nobody famous.
Okay, Peyton Reed.
No.
Okay, okay. Peyton Silva.
Still drawing a blank here on this side.
Well, I know there's one that you're going to know of, Dane, who needs no introduction, but Peyton
Yeah.
Verhulst from Oklahoma, baby. You know that name, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does. So we're gonna get to it and bring her on. We've been itching for a long time. Oklahoma
Yeah.
alum, playing active right now, out there taking care of business on the court.
Yeah.
Peyton Verhulst, the one and only. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Glad to have you. We're so
Yeah.
thankful.
Yeah.
Took some time. Two Oklahoma
Yeah.
natives, Boomer, all the way. Thanks for taking time. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
Definitely.
Of course. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk to y'all.
Yes, we've got some questions, Peyton, over the years that we've cultivated from episodes like this. So I'm going to take the lead on this one to get right into it. So obviously, being a great athletic presence, role model,
Mhm.
superstar at Oklahoma right now, starter, just everybody knows your body of work speaks for itself. But take me back before you started playing with
Yeah.
Oklahoma, even before high school. When did you first pick up a basketball and start playing in your life? How old were you?
God. I'm going to say probably just real young because both my parents played.
Mm.
My mom played at Duke. My dad played at a school here in Kansas, Rockers. And
Okay.
then I'm one of
Yeah.
I'm one of six kids. So
Mm.
there's three above me and they all played basketball too. So I think it was kind of one of those things where you're getting dragged to all the games and somehow it's halftime. Someone's like, oh, let's go shoot. And it's started there and obviously has come a long way.
Okay. Okay. Did you, alongside of playing at a young age, I know I'd love to see some of those original Biddy Ball days. Let's get that
Yeah.
out
There
there
you
at some
go.
point, for your highlight reel, along with playing basketball and doing that. Did you play other sports too, like a lot of our athletes? Were you multi-sport?
Yeah, when I was really young, I played like a lot of them, but going into high school, I played volleyball as well, and I enjoyed that a lot.
Mm.
Dane, I see that parallel a lot, Dane, don't you? Where a lot of our
Yeah. Yeah.
athletes,
Definitely.
volleyball as well. You see that too?
Yeah. Yeah. Just the lateral movement, the explosive power. I mean, both sports call for it. And with that, Peyton, with playing volleyball and other sports and things that you've done, I know that you had the influence from your parents and your siblings. What was it in you that made you say, okay, I'm going to follow this. I'm going to pursue basketball and go down this road?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I really like the aspect of like team sport,
Uh-huh.
and just being able to kind of I'm just like growing up like a people person, so I like finding like the relationship on the court and off the court. And I just feel like also growing up, my parents were really great like leaders for like communication and stuff like that. So I think that really just adds to like how my basketball game has developed too.
I got
So
you.
I think yeah, just those aspects.
Dane, you talk a lot about communication with because Peyton, we work with several teams right now. We're up to
Yeah.
12 in our organization, different teams,
Oh,
and communication is huge. What you're
Yeah.
doing, the team aspect is there's no better example of team aspect than basketball. That's for sure. Because it's the
yeah.
five of you, depending
Yeah.
on each other. And wow, I could go into that. Dane, help me with that dynamic with the team aspect.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, with your parents, kind of helping you through those younger years. Did that kind of help you become more of a court general at a younger age than somebody that just kind of picked it up as maybe a only child or had parents that didn't play the game? Do you think that helps you become more of a leader?
I think Oh, for sure. It definitely made me a lot tougher when we were playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think
I
that
can
definitely.
relate to that. I can definitely relate to that. I have three older brothers myself, so
Yeah, so
definitely.
you know exactly what I mean. Yeah, you're just trying to survive, and I think that kind of got to the point where like I was not just surviving, now I'm thriving because of the moments that I got through when I was younger. Um, I think it was also just growing up in a big family definitely has helped. Not that, you know, you can't survive in one way or another growing up, with no siblings, but I think it just gives you that like small toughness where you can get through these moments. Like my brothers put me through this. Like, come on, I've been through worse. I can do this.
I love it. So when you're talking about, because I've seen you play, many times. We're always in Norman. Even though we live in Kansas, I think I get mail forwarded in Norman still. So I've got to watch you play, and I love seeing. And I want to say this carefully because I'm not a coach of basketball, but your technique is strong. Watching you play, there's a field general, there's a command about you. Definitely, I hope you declare to go pro. I'm going to get that out there right now. But before that, looking at what you've done on your body of work, influences, maybe it's a coach, maybe someone on the staff now, or maybe back in the early days, who's been that biggest influence in you as an athlete, or maybe even as a player, who's been your biggest
Yeah.
influence?
I again, like my parents growing up, especially just because I think they always kind of ingrained the idea like you want to be that person that's different on the court, like you want to be that person that offers something that no one else can offer, and whether that be like skill is something that everyone has no matter what, like they are gifted, they're certain skills, but like when
Mhm.
you go out there and you're able to like communicate and be a leader, I think that's something that can separate you from a group of people. And
Mm.
especially growing up going to like these different camps, even if it be like Blue Star USA or anything like that, I think it's really visible to see like the people who are kind of trying to step out of those categories or
I
those boxes. Yeah.
be a leader. I'm making notes of that because I
Yep.
always make notes of like little things, and you're talking about being a leader, and that is true.
Yeah.
I think that fits you very well, being a leader, Dane. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, definitely. And now that the school year is going to start and you guys are going to get back on campus, what does this next year hold for you? What do you see maybe the next 3 to 6 months? Starting to
Mm.
build up to that
Yeah.
season. What is on the immediate horizon, and then what are you hoping for? Some goals maybe to reach this season personally.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, definitely after transferring mid-season, my first goal is to put a jersey on. I'm excited
Mm.
for that. um, but obviously I think every team's goal is like you want to be successful, you want to win, you want to get to the championship wherever that is, conference or NCAA.
Mhm.
I think that people are definitely going to mark us as an underdog this year.
Mhm.
I don't always like love necessarily being an underdog because I want people to respect us straight up.
Yeah.
But I think that this year is kind of like we got to prove ourselves. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited. I know our team has been working so hard this summer, and our
Mhm.
coaching staff working just as hard. So I'm just really excited for people to kind of see that we're not supposed to be an underdog this year. So
No.
I'm just really excited.
Oh, I'm with you. You are not.
Yeah.
You're not an underdog. I know every sport's a little different. When do you have to report, or do you report to Norman? When do you got to be there full time for you? When is that?
Yeah. So we were there basically full time this summer, and then we just got like a 2.5 week break, and then we'll be there basically until season's done in
I got
March,
you.
April. Yeah.
Okay. A little bit, yeah, I got you. So
Yeah.
hoping I'll run into you. We'll be there in a few weeks, so we're going to opening games. So hopefully I'll see you around and so forth. There's a little
Oh yeah.
segment, Peyton. That now every episode we do this. I've told everybody that we've ever done. Me and Dane, we started betting on this back in the day, and I got some pretty good bets on DraftKings over this. No, I'm kidding, but what it is really, it's a segment we do called Rapid Fire. Okay,
Okay.
now I can almost bet you. I bet you money in any interviews or press you've done. I promise you probably haven't had a segment like this. Okay. We try to really set the bar a little different. It's the only part I wouldn't give any prep on. We want it to be as a surprise for you as it is for Dane. A lot of times we do this.
Perfect.
Okay. So what we do, Peyton, our fans give us questions and we make the most oddest scenarios imaginable. Now it's PG,
Yeah.
it's clean, but these are weird. Okay. So
Yeah.
you gotta go with one. So Dane, you got your picks. You ready?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay. So Peyton, the first one. First of all, this is a precursor question. Let me tell you my favorite. Basketball and awesome basketball shoes go hand in hand. In my opinion, the greatest basketball shoe of all time is the Iverson Answer 4s. I have 6 pair of them. My favorite shoe. So what is first and foremost your favorite basketball shoe before I start?
This is gonna sound so lame. I am not a sneakerhead at all.
Okay. Okay. That's
but
okay.
I will say, like, there's a phase in my life I went through probably like 8 hyper dunks, like
Okay.
the
Gotcha.
same exact shoe.
Okay. So the reason I asked that, that's your favorite shoe. We're going to market that. That's your favorite shoe. Okay. So the first question, you get a brand new, you know how when you open the box and it's like, oh, there's that new box, new shoe smell, right?
Yeah.
So first question, you have to do one of these two things. You have to either wear your brand new out of the box hyper dunks as you're going to it. Now, this is the thing, you're going to a game. Okay. So you have these hyper dunks, but to get to the game, you have to run through a field of mud and cow patties. You can't stop. You got to run through it, and they're white. So you got to do it. That's option 1. Or option B, you have to get to the game and play the entire game completely barefoot. Starting, what you doing? Run through in the mud, the cow patties, and get through it, or play barefoot? Which one are you going with?
Oh, I'll just wear my shoes. I'm doing nobody a service going barefoot.
Dude, I didn't have that one. I actually had the barefoot. I really did.
Yeah. I had barefoot. Yeah.
I could see you dunking like barefoot, Payton. Let's make that happen. Let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I love it. I appreciate it. So next question. A lot of times athletes and musicians get a chance to be called up to do movie roles, cameos, things like this, right? So you get a chance to be a part of a guest episode of these 2 sitcoms. They're going to make a story about you, just being a great ball player, right? And you can fit into one of these 2 sitcoms, one episode. You can be a part of an episode of Modern Family, or again, time doesn't exist. So you can be a part of Modern Family or the Goldbergs. Which one are you going with?
Oh God.
Please be right. Please be right.
I think I
stumped her. Oh,
yeah.
dang, I had you on Modern Family. I did.
I had some Modern Family. No, I had Modern Family. No, I had Modern Family. Oh.
Those are good ones, though. I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
those are tough ones.
I'm 0 for 2. I am missing both of my free throws so far. Dang it. Okay, so next one. So you have to run Payton Verhulst basketball camp. That's off season. You're working with littles, so your age group is 8 to 12. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing in this question. Now you don't get to talk to them. This is the thing. You show up, and the only way you can communicate with these littles, you have 2 options. You can do all of your communication by Pictionary only, the whole day. Pictionary, or you can communicate with them only using duck calls. Pictionary, duck calls. Which one are you going with?
I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere with duck calls, so I'm gonna say Pictionary.
Finally got one right.
All right, got one. All right.
I'm glad you got that one.
Yeah, we're tied, Dane. You and I are 1 for 1. Okay, so next question. You're asked to do a dunk contest. They ask you to do the dunk contest. There's a caveat. Check this out. You're gonna do a dunk contest wearing cowgirl boots. That's step 1. You have to wear cowgirl boots, okay?
Yeah.
And now you're required to attempt to dunk over one of these 2 basketball players wearing cowboy boots. You got to go with either A, trying to dunk over Shaq, or the Kembe Mutombo in cowboy boots. Shaq, Mutombo, got to dunk over him the old school Dwight Howard way. Which one are you going with?
God.
Ooh, man.
I'm gonna say
Brutal.
Shaq, just because.
Oh man. Okay.
You said Mutombo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like he'd turn around and block me and then give me like.
Slap you down. Not in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dikembe would give you one of those.
I have a couple.
I'd be
give it a
like,
finger wag.
okay.
Man, did you have the Kembe, Dane, or who'd you have?
I had Shaq.
Okay.
There you
Okay,
go.
Payton, you're being a great sport. One more for you, then we'll stop grilling you,
Okay.
okay? So last one of the rapid stuff. You're obviously, Dane and I, the reason we started this show, we believe in the power of female athletics. We feel like it should be whether you say Dikembe or Payton. We really believe that whether you're saying, WNBA, NBA, our belief is it should all be respected exactly the same. That's why we do this, okay? So, but that's just what we do. But for a night, you're asked to step away from the basketball court and temporarily play a different sport for the night. Okay. You can be a part of, the two choices. You can step in the ring UFC against Ronda Rousey. That's one. Okay. Or B, or check it out. No big deal. Just Ronda Rousey. Or B, you can step onto the field with FC Gotham, an amazing female pro soccer team. Okay. So Ronda Rousey in the ring or Gotham. But here's the caveat to one of these two. You have to do the entire event, whether it's the soccer match or the fight, wearing one of those blow up T-Rex outfits. You know, the ones, those T-Rex that you see on TikTok. So you got to wear the T-Rex outfit, soccer, Ronda Rousey. Which one are you going with?
Honestly, I see like the amount of hype that these like fights are getting, and I'm like, I kind of want to be a part of that.
Let's go.
Especially if I'm not like, I feel like maybe my outfit could take the blow for me. So
yeah, you can wrap it up a little bit on it.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that would help me. I think that would benefit me more than trying to run up and down a soccer field SWAT. Yeah, I'm gonna go UFC.
This, you know what I'm talking about? Can you just see it right now? Like, that's your next viral video. You're in the octagon with a T-Rex suit on, just going toe to toe with Ronda Rousey. So
yeah,
I love it. Awesome. Well, Payton, I am proud to say I did not have that one either. So, Dane, did you have that one?
No, I'm a soccer man, so I was going with my heart.
Oh man. Well, Dane, I think we tied that one, Dane. So man, you're off the hook for lunch, Dane.
Oh man, good. My wallet thanks you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, hopefully, Payton, interviews you've done, you haven't had something like that. So we appreciate you being a good sport. So, Dane, I'll give it back to you for that last segment, man.
Yep. Payton, on this last segment, we call it a open mic. And what we do is we open up the floor to our guests to kind of maybe tell us maybe a mantra or maybe a philosophy or something that, you know, they've carried through the years to help them through their chosen field. In your case, basketball. Is there something you can tell some of our younger viewers that aspire to be where you are? Maybe give them a couple of words that you've carried with you to help them along.
Yeah, this is funny because I was actually talking to, whenever I come home, me and my mom, you know, we always get into deep conversations and stuff like that. But we were talking the other day just about like, obviously I transferred from my previous school, Louisville, to Oklahoma. And we were kind of just talking about how, especially now college, you can see it with like all the Pac-12 teams like leaving their conference and stuff, like the toll that, Division I sports and sports in college, honestly, in general, like the toll that it takes on a lot of players. And especially like traveling time, like being away from home and stuff like that. But basically we were just talking about how I think a lot of big athletes kind of struggle with identity, and because they put a lot of like their worth in their sport. And ultimately, like for me, my whole, like I grew up Catholic and went to a private school and everything like that. So for me, I think the biggest thing going into college was that I needed to put my worth in something bigger than my sport. And for me, that was putting my worth in God and in my faith. So that was like, if I could give anyone any advice, like going into sports in general or going into anything, it's just no matter what, like basketball will be over, your sport will be over. And you kind of just want to gain everything you can from it while you're playing it. And so ultimately, like basketball will leave you with just the relationships that you get from it. And so I think just really building on those relationships. And for me, like one of those relationships is God. So
I love that. Yeah. I love that. We've had a few, and Dane and I always say we respect anyone that, you know, kind of whatever they stand for. And our process or philosophy is whether you do or don't believe, that's great. And just to see someone who's genuine, and like the last one we had on, Joey kind of had a very different mindset, but it was what you believe, right? Like standing very firm in what you feel. And I know that's the path. You talked about taking how you feel and then being a leader, right? And you have a purpose. You have something that you're doing that kind of helps you. You know what you're doing it for, right? It's off the court. I think even a couple of our softball coaches at times have said, when you hang up the cleats, when you hang up the shoes, the hyper dunks, when you hang up the hyper dunks, right? When you're done playing, what are you going to do afterwards that's meaningful? Because sports, even pro, which please go pro, like we said. But with that being said, even that's temporary, right? You get life after that. So, Payton, that's powerful. Dan, what do you think about that? That's awesome.
I love it. I mean, it's something that, you know, a lot of these girls at the younger age need to hear, because, you know, whether they're playing for a school or their club or something like that, that's their main focus, and they kind of identify themselves with that. So that kind of message to them is going to go a long way to, you know, for the parents listening, a parent like myself that has a daughter that plays at a young age, to say, hey, look, focus on something bigger than you. So that's a great message.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Peyton, that's powerful. I can't wait to see you again. You were great. I watched you at Louisville, but I'm so glad that again, with all respect, I can't wait to see you out there
Yeah.
just doing
Crimson
God's
and
work.
cream.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So please let it be known it's the first of many. You're welcome back anytime. We mean
Yeah,
that. You're an
definitely.
alum. I'm grateful to have got the chance to make the timing right and work with you. It's
Yeah.
a privilege. And Peyton, Dana and I meant what we said. We do really, really believe the reason we started this is we believe in the power of female athletics. We want it to be where, like you said, the groundswell, which is great, of this movement of female athletics. We are
Mhm.
so proud to see athletes like yourself that carry the sport and the role model like you are so well. It's a big responsibility, but you do it very well. So we thank you very much for that.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
definitely.
appreciate that.
Yeah, Peyton, thank you for your time. You have any closing words,
Yeah.
Peyton? I know you're a busy lady, but anything in closing before we give you some time back?
Oh God. No,
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys reaching out and letting me come on here,
Yeah.
because especially I coming to Norman, like the community has just been so welcoming and like have reached
Yeah.
out so much. So like I really appreciate you guys, and I know that everyone who's an athlete at Norman really feels loved. So
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
If you
Definitely.
are at the game, Peyton, I don't know if you're going to be at the football games or not, but I'll be down there in 2 weeks. So love to hang out, maybe grab a photo with you and just say hi if you're there.
Yeah,
So I'll text
oh
you.
definitely.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Look forward to seeing you.
Definitely be at the football games.
Okay, well,
Awesome.
I'll shoot you a message. Me and Chris Plank
Yeah,
are supposed to get together, so we'll shoot you a message and we'll get together
perfect.
for a quick photo or something. Okay. So,
Yep.
Peyton, thank you. Dane, anything closing for our
Yep.
guest, Dane?
No, I just want to say thank you for coming on and joining us. And thanks for the words of wisdom and all
Yeah.
that you do. And best of luck this year in Norman and Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner.
We got some. I need you to get all them songs memorized, Peyton, and be ready
Yeah.
to go. And I'm going to bring you some dunks. I need you to sign for me, okay?
Okay, yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
So I can't let that go. All right, well, Peyton, thank you for your time. You're welcome to drop off, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. And we'll be in touch very soon, okay? Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you
you,
guys.
friend.
I appreciate it.
Yep, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Dan, I love it, man. I'm telling you, just someone who knows their worth, being a leader. She mentioned that a couple of times, man, being a leader, right? What do you think about that?
Yeah. And like we said, with her parents, the pedigree she came from, with siblings, her parents. I mean, you learn it at a young age, especially with older siblings, and you go down that path that they went down, and they can guide you the correct way, by the mistakes they might have made. So she's on a great path, and we wish her nothing but the best.
I love it. She was awesome, dude. I love it. So,
Yeah.
I love it how she said, and again, all sports, we know that. We go back and we say this. We love all sports, even if it's Texas.
Yep.
We love you guys. We do. But there's something special about when you're playing in Norman. There's a family atmosphere that it's a family. You got every team that plays in Norman. I don't care if it's whatever sport it is. It's just you're gonna have a groundswell. You're gonna have a following. So Peyton, you get used to the love that you feel there. That's not gonna be that's not gonna go away. So we're glad that you're part of the franchise and the organization. And please go pro. I meant that. You definitely have the skill set. So Dane, that was a great one, man. We had Joey, then Peyton. That was a great night so far. We got one more treat for you, man. One more treat. So the closing nightcap for the night, my buddy Ant Jones, amazing guitarist, has a band called Seven. Been out there just ripping and shredding and doing their thing, man. Ant's one of my influences. He's actually worked with me on some side music and just an amazing, amazing person. So I'm excited to showcase his band in the world. They just dropped their new single and their new music video, and they are just amazing. So that's gonna be the nightcap. We'll get a little breather, a little drink of water. We'll be back for the final one of the night. Again, thank you, Payton. Thank you, Oklahoma. Thank you, all of you out there listening and all over the world. Thank you.
Thank
don't
you.
forget, as always, that we love you. And Dane?
Thank you for listening.